What is up, everybody? Hope you're having a wonderful day. And I wanted to finally make this video. I'm not going to make it super long because I could easily make this a half hour, but I want to tell you why I dislike the Cleric and think it's one of the worst units in the entire game and offers almost no value. But believe it or not, it's not in my top 3 worst units. It's in my top 4. I would put Cleric as the 4th worst unit in the game. But I've made a lot of top 3 videos and it's never been in there. And maybe some people were shocked actually. So why do I dislike the Cleric and think they did it dirty? Well, first I want to say I love healing classes in games. I love a Cleric class or a White Mage or whatever. I think they are the backbone of armies. I think they are essential in armies, you know, builds, parties, whatever. And I think they are very valuable. I mean, they're part of the holy trinity of like MMOs and other games. You got your tank, your damage dealer, and your healer. How could you ever not consider to bring a healer into the party, you know, into your game? Well, I think when they kind of rebalanced this game compared to the PSP version and redid some of the stats and tweaked the way scaling works and all this stuff, that they made a very crucial error and didn't really pay attention. Now in the PSP version, I would be singing a different tune on the Cleric. The Cleric is very good in the PSP version, and you pretty much need one, almost in every party. Or, you know, in very select scenarios, you can kind of get away with it. But Cleric is useful in the old PSP game, 100%. It's not the same in this one. So what am I talking about? What's different? Well, the number one thing that makes a Cleric not useful that I noticed right away, especially once I got to like Chapter 2, if you look at a screenshot from this game, and you go to the PSP game, HP totals, by the time you're level 50, you're lucky if you have 1,000 hit points by the time you're level 50. So my Cleric Olivia here, if this was the old game, let's just say she's level 50, she'd be lucky to have this many hit points. She'd be darn lucky. She'd probably be sitting at about 700-800. And some of the tankiest units and the beefiest units would be a little bit 1,000, maybe a little over 1,000 at most. At most. Now we got units pushing well over 3K, and even human units getting up to 2K, over 2K. So we had a massive increase in the HP pool of your units and enemy units. The damage went up a little bit. I would say damage scaling is higher. You know, you're hitting a lot harder than you did in the PSP version. Now, due to this, you would think the first thing they would do is go to all the healing spells, heal 1, 2, and 3, and they would, you know, rework those, change how they work. Well, they didn't. They're the exact same skills. Heal 1 is 150, heal 2 is 250, heal 3 is 350. The fact we're only getting 100 extra HP per heal is abysmal. It's almost like a slap in the face. Because per level, your HP is scaling way higher than 100. Especially on certain units. And you could argue that the Cleric obviously doesn't scale that high, which you'd be correct. But certain units, you got to look at the heal like 1, 2, 3, 4 as well. It's not like you go heal 1 to 50. You know, you're getting like, you get heal 1, then you're gonna get heal 2 about level 15, and heal 3 about level 30. So you're going about 10 levels, maybe 15 levels before you get the next healing spell, and that means that's a 10 level difference. And I guarantee you, your units are getting in 10 levels more than a extra 100 hit points. Easy, probably like 300 to 400 hit points in 10 levels. So that little 100 increase just doesn't do it. It doesn't make it work. And then we got heal 4, which I believe heal 4 has changed. I gotta like double check, but heal 4 it heals 33%. Now that should have been what heal 3 was. And then heal 4 should be like 50%. But they didn't. Honestly, all the healing should have been percent based. You could have did heal 1 could have been like a solid number because your hit points were so low. But the fact that only the last heal is a percent and it's only 33 and it costs a significant amount of MP. It's expensive. I don't know off the top of my head. I think it's like 40 or 50 MP that it costs. I can't recall. I'd have to look again. But it's not cheap. It's not cheap. And like I said, it's only going to heal a third of your hit points. So even on a beefy dragon that has 3,000, we'll heal about 1,000 hit points, which is good. That's acceptable. But the bane of existence in the game is items. I got a healing salve that can heal for 50. So it already outdoes. The lowest percent heal of an item is 50, then it goes 75, then it goes 100. They all of them outscale. I know we have the you know, the magic, not the magic leaves, you know, the little leaves and stuff that do the healing. And I think those cap at, what, 350 is the highest? I don't even think I have them. I think I just like sell them because they're dumb. I think it's 350, or maybe it's 450. You guys have to let me know. I stopped using them so long ago. I haven't touched them in forever. But the items, you know, you got those. The specific amount. I think it's 350 or 450 it caps at. And then you go to the items that heal percent. And this is why I said since the beginning of the game that healing items are just superior because you can have 4. And honestly, if all of your units, all 4 of them have 4, I do 2 and 2, I do 2 revival stones, 2 healing, you have 12 units. Even if you only do 2, that's 24 heals. And some people will argue they don't want to waste their turn healing, you know, and that's all dependent. But I can tell you through experience, it doesn't really matter because the AI doesn't manipulate their turns. But if you want to be a perfectionist and min-max and, you know, keep the damage up, I can understand why you don't want to heal with a unit that's supposed to deal damage. But if you just give everybody 75% heal, 100% heals, you're set. And that's all you need for healing are those items. You don't need the spells. You don't need to waste your turn doing a fraction of a heal. That, to me, that's more wasteful. Wasting your turn and healing for 350. I know the Cleric can't really attack, so the Cleric can only really heal. That's kind of their job, to heal and support. So, I mean, I guess you got to throw heal out anyway. And I don't even want to talk about Major Heal 1 and 2, because those are just as bad. I think heal 3 is a percent. Heal 3 is a percent as well. I don't know if it's 33, but Major Heal 3 actually is nice. The best healing in the game is Heal 4 and Major Heal 3. They actually are what the healing should have been. Now, don't even get me started about Mother's Blessing and the problem with this. I think the Cleric, this shouldn't even be tied to like an auto skill. It should be like a really cheap MP cost or something that just the Cleric has built into the kit where you just always double heal. Or at least, like, give it a higher auto chance. I've said in a previous video, I've had up to 5 turns where Mother's Blessing doesn't proc. And that is the main reason I'm running a Cleric. I need to get a double heal on my 250 to make it about 488 or 475. It's not even a straight 500. It's not even like a perfect, like, because it's based on your stats, you know, there's kind of a give and take there. So, turning my heal 3, that's 350, into about a 500 heal, 500's, it's okay, it's acceptable, I guess, but I need Mother's Blessing to be on for that to happen, and with how inconsistent it can be sometimes, it's a major drawback to the Cleric and a major reason why the Cleric suffers. So that's kind of the basics of my hate Cleric. There's a little bit more to it, a little bit more detail, but that kind of sums it up. The scaling isn't proper with the amount of hit points that the units get. The hit points are way higher than in the old game, and the healing is not. The healing is the same kind of healing that existed in the PSP. So they're like, let's keep the same healing, but give units 3 times the hit points. That'll be fine, right? No, it won't, because it makes a unit that does healing, they just can't top off. Like if 1,000 was the cap, dude, 350, 400, that's a third, that's half their hit points. That's good. That's good. Heal 3, healing for 500 with Mother's Blessing. Oh, dude, yeah, sign me up. I only have 800 hit points. You know, 900 hit points. That's wonderful. That's how it should be. But I think that was a huge oversight, or maybe it wasn't an oversight. Maybe it was by design, intentional. I don't know. I'm not the devs, but I can tell you, increasing the hit points and only making 2 spells heal a percent just doesn't sit well. I don't know, it just makes Clerics, it makes you just want to use items. You just want, get rid of that Cleric, get a unit that can deal damage, and then when the time is right, heal. That's why I really love Lobber, and I think a lot of units that use Lobber are actually really good, and they're kind of like overlooked, because you can get about just as good of range on Lobber as you can on a heal spell. So, but at the end of the day, these are just my thoughts and opinions. It's not like, you know, I'm telling you what you should or shouldn't do or how you should or shouldn't play. I want to tell you kind of the main reasons I dislike the Cleric and think it's bad. There's a few more, but I don't want to make this video into this huge soapbox like thing. You know, I just kind of want to put it out there how I feel about the Cleric and how I think they are. And I'd be curious to know how you feel about the Cleric. Do you dislike the Cleric in a certain way? Do you agree with my points? Do you disagree? Do you love the Cleric? And I do want to say, before I end the video, anybody that uses the Cleric for offense, you're a mad lad, because any other unit, it can be more offensive than a Cleric. I've literally seen comments, and I've seen people say that they put a Cleric on the front line and they just use their finishers, and I'm just like, what? Why? you could do more damage with anything. You could take the worst unit in the game, the Cyclops or the Golem, and just outperform damage wise. So I don't know. I just want to say you're a little crazy. You're a little off the rails for me. I don't know if I can handle such crazy tactics. You know, that's just, it boggles my brain. I don't know. I can't function. You're on a whole nother level. You've achieved and ascended to a plane that I can't comprehend, using the Cleric as an offensive unit. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. If you made it this far in the video, I appreciate it. Most people don't make it this far, so if you do, thank you. And I hope to see your comments down below and see what you have to say. Thank you as always, and have a good one. Later, guys. Peace out.